Janice, and this is Collaboration Central. Welcome to episode 13. Today, Collaboration Central is going to be slightly different. I have a very good old friend here, old as in many years of friendship, Nadia Bulchik. Nadia doesn't live in Johannesburg, she lives in Atlanta, Georgia, where she works as a producer on CNN and has built an incredible career around personal branding, personal presentation. Nad, help me out here.
But that says it, Jan. I speak and train really around the country, and I like to say around the world, from Dubai to Dallas to Durban, on building relationships, and this is coming across as the best version of yourself, whether you are giving a presentation or building a relationship.
Fantastic. So I'm really excited to have Nadia here with me. One, to do a little bit of personal catch-up, but also just to engage on what we both individually do best. So as you know, my shtick is collaboration. I talk about how organizations that don't collaborate are not going to be sustainable, are not going to survive. Those that do collaborate will find innovation through collaboration, will engage cross-functionally in ways that just continue to improve the business. I think I've missed a step though, and chatting to Nadia early in the week, what I learned was it needs to be about the individual. It's all very well for organizations to enhance and promote collaborative environments, but if individuals don't know how to collaborate, it's kind of a no-go, it's a non-starter. So Nadia, tell me what you think the 4 qualities of an innovative, collaborative individual are.
So I like to call it lighting the fire for collaboration. So the first step is how you feel about yourself and what is your attitude towards yourself. Because if you are very territorial and the concept of sharing is uncomfortable for you, you'll never be a master collaborator. So you have to be very much at ease with yourself and say, am I comfortable sharing? And am I as much a go-giver as I am a go-getter? And do I see the value in that? And really to ask yourself and examine your belief around collaboration or giving or sharing or being a generous persona.
I love that. I love go-giver. It's a great concept because we are in the sharing economy. You know, we call it the collaborative era, but it's also called the sharing economy, and it's not just the sharing of goods and services like Airbnb or Uber, but it's also about sharing of self.
And you have to live in a mindset of abundance. So, for example, as a professional speaker, people often ask me, can I have your slides? And my first instinct would be, well, it's my intellectual property. So they have your slides, they share. It's that sense of it is okay to share, and it is the belief that all relationships really demand 4 things: feeling good about yourself, showing genuine interest in others, and believing that by showing interest in others, you are building up a collaborative relationship. I always say the R of lighting the fire is relaxing and then engaging with energy, excitement, and enthusiasm. But I want to share 3 steps. Think about yourselves. All relationships start with a connection, right? A connection. Do you have the skill, after there's a connection, to have a real conversation? And while you're having that conversation, do you go, how can I help you? What do I know that can assist you? So Janice and I would be a perfect example of, obviously we've had a connection for years, but we keep updating our conversation. And in my conversation with Janice, I'm not only thinking, what's in it for Nadia? I'm thinking, how can I help you, Jan? What do I know that could be of assistance to you? Because I'm building a value-based relationship with the knowledge, like any investment, that if I want to withdraw, I've got something to withdraw from. And then finally, if there's connection, conversation, and then collaboration. But collaboration can only happen when the first 2 steps have happened.
Absolutely. You know, I've often spoken or written down the phrase that startups today can be born global, and a startup could be the guy in his mother's garage. And when we talk about born global, it's possible that the guy in his mom's garage doesn't have all the skills to start that business, and he's going to go out looking for other skills, and he's going to look to collaborate. And if these three aspects don't happen, his chances are greatly reduced.
Well, it reminds me, let's think Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs gets together with Steve Wozniak. What do they get together? They're buddies. They're buddies who talk about things. They talk about computers. And Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs in the garage of Steve Jobs' home get together and collaborate, and Apple is born, and a little bit more rocky than that. But Steve Jobs did not have all the skills or the quality of the Wozniak. It was a collaboration. Where does a collaboration begin? It starts with a connection and a conversation. So in my workshops and training, I say to people, where's your area of strength? And where's your area, not of weakness, but of opportunity? Do you need help learning to connect? What is in your mindset when you connect? Because people know very quickly if you're a user. So I say there are two things you don't want to come across as a user or a loser. So people sense that. So am I coming across as a collaborator? People sense that. And then do I know how to have a skillful conversation? You don't need to close every single deal the moment you talk to someone. And then the collaboration happens. But collaboration cannot happen if an individual does not have a mindset of sharing.
Absolutely. And I suppose listening is key to everything. You know, as you talk about sharing and the sharing of ideas, and you want to be listening to other people's ideas, because there's a great chance that you have an idea that complements that idea, and suddenly there's something where 1 + 1 is far greater than the sum of 2. And I think that's what it's all about. So what do you think really causes barriers to collaboration?
I'm going to talk about it. You're so good at talking about it on a company level, but let's talk about it on an individual level. As you listeners, what stops people? And I say from Dubai to Dallas to Durban, people misunderstand the concept of collaboration. And people misunderstand the concept of being able to ask for advice or guidance. So people think of networking as, what can you do for me? We have to shift our mindset and say, what can we do for each other? People prejudge. They often think, you're someone who can help me. You'd be a good collaborator. How do you know? How do you know? Do you have a mindset that it is possible that anyone you ever meet, you never know? So do you have that aura about you? Do you have that sense of anything's possible? As opposed to, I'm very definite that these are the people who are going to help me and these are the people who are not. So there's prejudgment. Some people just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to be a sharer because from a very early age they've been told, I win, you lose. Instead of how do we assist each other. Mindset.
Fantastic. And on a last note, I'm going to share something that really complements what Nadia's just spoken about. And it's really a fact. In the collaborative era, many people have many ideas and very few non-disclosure agreements are ever asked for or signed. That's true collaboration. Nad, thank you so much for joining us on Collaboration Central, and I look forward to seeing you next week.